Hi everybody, welcome back to KWPR, Koi Water Plants and Rats. For those of you who don't know, who've just come along and joined the channel, I'm Martin. Anyway, well, it's been a busy day, Saturday evening now, starting to cool down a little bit. It's been a lovely day. Set to rain like nobody's business tomorrow though, unfortunately, so been trying to get everything done today. And you'll see just there, got the auto feeder out, just been setting it up. I'm going to run a frequent feed this year rather than having it sort of coming on 2 or 3 times. So I'll set it up to do 150 grams of food throughout the day. I think that works out to be about 10 feeds, something like that, time. Basically, I won't go through boring you how to sort of set that up. Those of you who have got them, it applies to you. Those of you who haven't got them, it doesn't apply to you. But like I said, you can set it up. So I've got 10 feeds throughout the day from 7 o'clock in the morning till 7:30 at night. But what I was going to show you is, well, pick this up and come closer. Right, so there's the feeding spout. Oh, you have to see as the food comes out. Now what I had last year was the problem with slugs. And come up, go along up the inside of the feeder there and block it all up, and the food won't come out and they'll be sat there munching on your food. So this year what I'm going to do is give a try is this stuff, bit of copper slug and snail tape. So basically just like a outdoor sticky tape made of copper, and I'm just going to wrap that round here and see if that keeps the slugs off. It's sort of like one of those gardener's tales, you know, sort of like crushed eggs and things like that. If it works keeping the slugs out, then I may sort of make up some rings of copper tubing to put around some of my things like hostas and stuff like that, because they get eaten to death. So just go down to one of the builders merchants, get some thin copper tubing and just bend it into a circular shape, drop it around the plants and hopefully keep it off. So get that put on in the morning, in a moment, and put that back over on its little platform and see how it goes. But anyway, been busy. Turn you around. As you can see, deck's done. I shan't take the credit for it because my lovely lady wife was the one who's painted that this week and today while I've been planting plants and doing other bits and pieces. Still not properly dry yet, so I can't go walk over on there and show you properly. But we'll take a little walk a bit closer. So yeah, that's 2 coats in some places, 1 coat in another. But yeah, looking really good actually. I'm quite pleased with the effect. If anything, I think it makes sort of like the space look bigger. But yeah, quite impressed. And there's a little platform anyway for me feeder to go on. And the new black ring, that looks better, doesn't it? So new feeding rings in place. So happy days. Had that for a few weeks. We're going to plant it outside in the bog garden here, but I've been keeping it inside. It's been helping keep the flies down inside. Lovely sort of things. Neighbour over the road and that, I've got some that sort of like about nearly stand about 3 foot high. Never seen them that big before in this country. But anyway, we're here to see the koi. Pleased to report that everybody seems to have come through the gill flukes okay. I put the Linux Pro in last week. I'm not going to do a scrape this week on them. I'll give it another week just to do a confirmation scrape, basically, just to make sure everything's okay. There's been a bit of chasing going on again, showing interest in each other. So I'm leaving the spawning brushes in. See what happens. This time it was, well, it's hard to say who was worse, because Yummy and Kirsty and Shiro the hero were the three that were bouncing around and nudging and battering each other. It's almost like they were sort of playing. It weren't proper breeding, spawning activity, but there's definitely something going on. But yeah, everybody's looking good, happy and healthy. Like I said, seems to have come through the gill flute okay. Nobody's spitting any more food out, which I'm pleased to report. Talking of which, I've got my summer food now. That turned up because it was my birthday the other day. Day Andy's bill started. That was my birthday. Got some 20 vouchers, so that helped out massively on 10k of food. Got two 5k bags. I'll show you in a second anyway. So then put the little geum in yet. That's the only thing I ain't got around to planting, because the missus just sort of stood down here kneeling when I was ready to plant that, so got to put that rock back where it was. I'll probably put it just here next to the pond. But yeah, new feeding. I do think the new feeding ring looks a lot better. But yeah, so the deck's all done. Haven't painted round that side for obvious reasons at the moment. I may give it sort of like a dry dab so it doesn't fall in the pond, but we'll see. Need to get up and over there in a little while. Give it no, so it doesn't seem tacky, but I ain't going to go on there just yet, otherwise she'll get a bit upset. Got another one of my Christmas birthday presents. Don't know if we can see it. Oh, see if I can zoom in. Yeah, one of them Japanese hanging parchment things. There, that's from my grandchildren. I asked them where they want me to hang it, and they said in the house where they play, which is in the summer house. So yeah, I'm well happy with that. And when I'm doing filming and I'm sat in the summer house, that'd be a nice little backdrop, I think. I'm well chuffed with it. But yeah, anyway, I'll go get the bags of food and I'll show you, and I'll get the tape on the feeder and then I'll get back. So, as you can see, tape's on. So this will be an interesting experiment, see if it actually works. What's supposed to happen is copper, for those of you who don't know, when snails or slugs actually pass over copper, it gives out a small electrical charge. It doesn't kill them or anything like that, it doesn't plop. It's just sort of like, you know, like an electric, one of those electric fences, and you're going ooh, ooh, sort of thing, and it's supposed to put them off coming. So keep an eye on that. Interesting tip if you got feeders or if you're a gardener. Lots of pots and plants, you put the copper tape around the pot halfway up or near the top. They do say for snails cut little V's in the edge from the ground if you put it around a pot, so just to cut little grooves in it. It's supposed to be, I don't know, for some reason added protection against snails. I don't know why, but that's what I say. But anyway, so I'll move you a bit. So I've got myself 5 kilos of the Shogun. I really like this stuff. You know, some people don't, some people snake JPD down, but I really like this stuff. I fed it most of the winter because I'm heated, so I could still feed. Fed it most of the winter, and I think it's brilliant for the whites. This is an all-season food. Quite a bit of wheat germ in it. Fairly a high protein rate though. I think it's about 38. Protein 36%. White fish meal, soya diluted, extract toasted wheat germ, lecithin, krill meal, molybdenum sulfate, fish solubles, yeast, algae, usual suspects that you get in the food. So got 5 kilograms of that, and I've also got 5 kilos of the Shori, which is the high protein weight gain. I'm going to mix the two together, mainly because I've got mixed age fish. So I've got, you know, Tosai, Nisai, Sansai, one coming into Yonsai, so you can't sort of like go all out weight gain food on the older fish really, and I don't want them to go crazy, so I'm just going to basically 5 kilos of each, pour it into the thing, mix it all around, and get a mix of it, and hopefully I'll do that. And like I said, I'm going to start feeding about 150 grams a day for now. May increase that as the time goes on, just depends on temps. We'll see where we go from there. 150 grams might not be enough. My maths sort of sat there trying to work it all out, quite complicated, but that's what I've worked it out to be. But yeah, I've not used this before, so I'll give this a go. Just having a look on the back here. Highly nutritious food that promotes rapid growth, especially formulated using high quality ingredients for maintenance of healthy koi. Where's the makeup? So crude protein is 45%, fat 8%, fibre 1.7, ash 8.2. Cool. They put a lot of ash in fish food, don't they, some of these people? So wheat meal, soya extract, toasted wheat, gluten, wheat germ, krill meal, lecithin, yeast, fish solubles, condensed yeast, molybdenum sulfate, algae, and garlic powder. Good garlic powder, good for keeping parasites away. Here's the old garlic powder. But yeah, I shall give that a shot and see how we're going to get on with that. Excuse me. I've got to have a quick swig. God, thirsty. Been a busy week at work, absolutely flat out. And to tell you the truth, I'm completely and utterly, yeah, shattered. That's the word, shattered. Without having to change my ratings. But so we'll get the feeder on, have a look at that, have a quick look at some of the plants in the garden we've got coming through. Deck's safe to stand on, and we'll take it from there. Alright, so I'll get that on in a bit, but I just want to show you this. I'll turn you around. My Aggie Panthus. Had a bit of rain and it shot up. Even got one coming out in the flower, look. Yeah. Those of you who struggle with your Aggies, Agapanthus, secret is, you can see down in there, they like to be crammed in. They don't like their roots to run free, they like to have the roots all compact. So if you're planting 2 or 3 plants, plant them as close together. And what I done when I planted these is when I dug the holes out, I lined it with bits of slate and bits of stone, so there's no, you know, the roots struggle to get out. Then crammed them all in, and year after year, you know, I get really really good flowering displays, really good heads. So that's the secret to Aggies anyway. So yeah, so my geum in there. I put a fuchsia in there, it seemed to be doing alright. I had it in a pot, I moved it from up there when we dug all that out. But yeah, put it in there, it seems to be, I planted that. So that's the geums in. But everything in the garden looks really good. Nope. He says as he tries to kill his Aggie behind him. But yeah, we're allowed on the deck a bit now, he says. He treads gingerly. It's only my bargain. So getting a pump for that tomorrow. Get a little solar pump, get that up and running. £2 from the dump. Dumping the load of I know it's on its side, but I've just laid it there out of the way at the moment because I didn't want it filling up with water when it rained. Yeah. Somebody logged it out and I saw him walking it over to the for sale. So I said, how much, mate? It was £2. Exactly the same one I've seen for sale. Obviously it's got the pump and everything with it and that lot. £180. So again, nothing wrong with it, just ain't got the pump. But the roses smell absolutely lovely. Anyway, get my feeder in place. I'll see you in a minute. So it was a fairly positive reaction. Wouldn't you? My little goshki there. Really pleased with the progress on that. I've already put on a fair bit of size since I've had it. Very keen to feed. Ain't afraid to push the big ones out of the way either. Still ain't named it yet. So maybe any suggestions from you lot out there? What I can name my goshki? Yeah, but very pleased with that. The Adam Buyer, Andrew Daly, Koi Diaries Grow and Show. For those of you who are planning on going, he's probably told you already. He put a little thing out on YouTube. I noticed in that lot. They've moved the date now until the 31st of July. So if you were planning on going and you didn't see that, yeah, so it's now the 31st of July, if that's okay with everybody. Well, it's got to be okay. A lot of people going. It's going to be good to meet up with a load of people and say hi. I'll give them another handful. Make sure no spitters. They've been away all week, so just came out here for a while last night when I got home. Keeping an eye on him. Shag, like I said, was one of the main culprits, but no, he's quite happily chunking that down. Obi the Achiever. Never a very avid feeder. Always likes to come up last and stay away from the others. More content to chew on the algae, I think. That's what he seems to be doing. He just lets the others get on with it. And once they're all out of the way, he comes in and says, "Oh, don't know what this bit's spooked." Probably because of the platform I've put in, something new. There's food up here, Rosie. Right. No, yes it is, can come in now, look. Little munch, off he goes, and then starts skimming. You can't see, starts skimming all the algae off the side again. It's funny how all the fish have their own personalities. But yeah, anyway, so get the auto feeder filled up and in place. All that lovely food. Right, see you in a sec. So that's the feeder in situation. Fill it about half full. I don't want to fill it right up to the top, and because it is sort of stuck it in sort of like direct sunlight. I did ask if I could sort of, well, I did think about making a little shade for it, but my lovely lady wife, who must be a babe, sort of said no, yeah, it'd be too ugly. But the koi, they've had a sample of a little bit of food. I gave them a couple of handfuls and they are going nuts looking for more. So change in taste has certainly up their appetite. They seem to be really enjoying it. The Africa wheat germ obviously just weren't doing it for them this time of year. But no, they're really on the hunt now. Even Obi, the cheetah, look, now she's had a taste of it, she's on a good look round for some more as well. For himself, actually, I should say. But yeah, anyway, let's see what's in my bins. I've got to pack all my tools and paintbrushes away. Have a tidy up. And sit down and... Right, shout out time. Well, the first one isn't really a shout out as such, more of a sort of like a congratulations, and that's to Telford Koi Pond. He's sort of like, we followed him going through, if you are following him already, followed him going through his pond build, and now, and he finished that a little while ago, and now he's sort of like got the garden finished off, just about 99.9% there. We've got the garden finished off. So if you haven't seen the latest video, or if you haven't watched any of his videos, pop along to his channel, go see Phil at Telford Koi Pond and that lot. But I've got to say, now the garden's sort of like, it's got the astroturf down and it's all planted and that, it just sets the pond off fantastic. It looks really, really decent. So those of you thinking about building a pond, pop across there, start at the beginning of his videos, follow the build through. So yeah, congratulations on getting done, Phil, and yeah, be interesting to see your future content. So, and another one, Twisted Koi. Come across this channel a little while ago, started watching. Got sort of the main pond, it's got a sort of like a grow on pond inside the shed, and they've just got another little IBC pond, sort of, I don't know whether it's going to be grow on or quarantine, just setting that all up at the moment. But what intrigued me is, if you watch closely, the quality of the fish that they've got in their ponds are actually really, really good. And you know, Chad, my chag, or should I say Charat Suri, because it's got that one patch of not really black on it sort of thing. He's got a fairly decent example of a Charat Suri in his pond, so if you're wondering what they should look like, have a look at that one. It's so yeah, pop along. Twisted Koi, obviously the links for these will be down below in between, and good friend of mine, Steph, has asked me to mention his channel, and that's Iceni Koi, ICENI Koi. So pop across there. Steph's been a big supporter of mine since I started, and we've become good friends and chat a lot. So pop across. It's not a great deal of content on there at the moment, but more is coming. So go across, help out somebody who's sort of getting into the YouTubing side of things, and take it from there. So if you want a shout out, if you're just starting up your own channel and you need a bit of help, drop us a line, and I will see if I, try and fit you in somewhere along the line. If I forget straight away, forgive me. Getting old, ain't got a lot of memory left up there. No, it's not that. It's just fitting things in. With time just seems to be flying by at the moment. So, but yeah, if you want a shout out, just drop us a line, and I'll try and help you out. All right, back on with the video. The difference a he makes. Oh, shit. Hey, absolutely peeing it down it was. Just stopped. Managed to take Jake out for his walk in the dry-ish. When you're walking through the woods and that, it doesn't tend to stay dry, but yeah. So, walking up on the deck. It's all dried off nicely. You ain't going to be able to see the fish because I've put my clay in. As you can see, but copper tape's on the feeder. Not had any slugs climb up there yet. I've actually just been around the garden picking up the slugs. I said to you, I showed you how to do a scrape last week, so what I do is I'll show you what to do with the mucus sample once you've got it, and just show you sort of like setting up a microscope and my advice on the best microscope for you. You see all the shadows looming underneath there. So I've got a sample ready to go, and I'll take you inside and we'll go for it. All hovering around even with the clay in, going, feed me. I think we've fed enough today. But yeah, right, so we'll go in, I'll show you the mucus sample, and get on and show you what to do with it once you're taking it. So when you get your sample on your slide, you can see it's a bit thick. So all you got to do, just take a little dropper or something, or just put your finger in your pond and just put a drop or a couple of drops of water on. Take your slide cover and just mix the water in. And the reason you do that is if you've got any sort of smaller critters that find it hard to move in thick mucus, so I would like costia, it gives them the ability to sort of like swim around and move, and that's going to catch your eye when you look. And when you put your top slide cover on, literally just drop it on, don't push it, just drop it on and let it rest on top like that, and then whack it under your microscope and have a little look. So just done the slides, like I said, so checked them over, can't see anything on them, so fingers crossed everything's okay. So like I said, I showed you how to do the scrape the other week, but like I said, I didn't actually sort of show you what to do with the mucus sample once you got it and you put it onto your slide. Now this is, you saw me put it on, add a drop of water, and like I said, that is just to make life a bit easier to spot things by watering down the mucus sample. Like I said, if you've got things like costia or the smaller things that move around, it's actually easier for them to move in a watery substance, so it's easier for you to spot them. So, but if that's your slides, you get a big box of them. I don't know how many's in here. Clear glass, ground edges, 24 micro. So there's 72 in that box, so you get 72 slides in that box, and I think you get about 100 of these top covers in there. I mean, these are really, let's try and take one off. Take one out and then let's see how thin they are. Really thin, and I think you get something like about 100 odd in a little thing like that. And like I said, those two on Amazon, about £8, so it's nothing to worry about. But your actual microscope, now I've covered this in one of my previous videos and that lot. To me, this is probably one of the most important, if not most important, pieces of equipment in your koi keeping arsenal is the microscope. Because without it, when you've got parasite issues or something that you think might be a parasite issue, you know, you've got to get somebody in, get a friend to come over, or even pay out to have sort of like a so-called expert come over and check your pond for you. Now the microscope itself, like I said, they're cheap as chips. The two main ones that tend to be used in koi keeping is the one I've got, which is the Apex Practitioner, or you got the Brunel SP22, I think it's the other one. And you might think they cost loads and loads of money, but they're not. Literally just over £100 for a really, you know, decent microscope. You can get cheaper versions, but spin you around. So like I said, so this is the Apex Practitioner. And it's got everything you need. Now, if you can get a microscope, one thing that I will recommend is a moving stage. So basically, you drop your slide into there, lock it in, and then round this side, there, you got adjusters. So you can center your slide, and then you can just move up and down the stage. And it's a hell of a lot easier than using your fingers on the ones that don't have a moving stage. You're a lot more accurate. If you miss something, you can go back and fine tune it, and it gives you a nice accurate read of the full sample. So that is one recommendation, and the other recommendation is a dimmable light. This one down here has got a dimmer switch just here, yeah, and you can dim the light so it gives you a better, different intensities. Sometimes you quite can't see it, you've got it fully focused and that. Like if you just turn up the brightness a little bit, you actually bring up what you're looking at a lot clearer. Or sometimes it's too bright, you need to dim it down and darken it out. So like I said, I've got a video, more in-depth video, I'll post a link up to it about the microscope, but just quickly talking about that one again. And like I said, if you haven't got one and you're keeping koi, I really advise you to go get one. All right guys. So that was just a little bit on the microscope. Like I said, I'll post a link up here somewhere, hopefully, if I can work out how to do it. If not, it'll be in the description anyway. On the video I've done more in depth about a microscope. I can't stress enough how important a microscope is in your koi keeping arsenal. It's probably, like I said earlier, it's probably one of the most vital pieces of equipment you can have in your koi keeping arsenal, and so to help you find out your parasites, what parasites you've got, so you can treat appropriately, or to find out if it isn't a parasite. I've put, although I've done Fluke S and then done Leonex after, I have done the second dose of Leonex as you're supposed to this week, just to be on the safe side, just in case the Fluke S weren't that brilliant. So obviously it was gill flukes, so as I said, gill flukes are egg layers, and temperatures have sort of been, you know, reasonably warm, although it's not been sort of sunny and well, I say it ain't been sunny down here. I've been up country at work and stuff like that, and it's been raining, but apparently down here where I live, it's not been too bad most of the week, so the sun has been out, so the temperatures are up, so the actual life cycle stage of gill flukes or any fluke is a lot faster. they say 2 weeks between treatments, but thing is, in these temperatures and the weather, you know, the sunshine, the eggs can hatch in sort of like 2 to 3 days, and you know, the fluke can mature quite fast and get towards its egg laying stage sort of within sort of like about you know, from egg to sort of adulthood in about sort of like 6 days. So it can, you know, you need to get in there quite quick in these temperatures. But anyway, sort of another reason I sort of dosed again is both my sort of like Utsuri and the Tancho Showa and the Tancho Sankey, being sort of like, you know, mainly white skin, are looking a little bit pink, and my Utsuri's looking a bit veiny. As you saw earlier, I'd done the scrapes, and those were the fish I'd done scrapes with. Checked them over, not a thing, not a sausage. Even sort of like doing a gill scrape, I wasn't, like I said, biopsy I'm not going to do. But second dose gone in, but possibly the other thing is, because it has been sunny down here, they couldn't be possibly a little bit sunburnt. That's my bad, because I haven't got no shade over the ponds. Normally the Acer sort of like grows out a bit further and it's a bit thicker and it provides a little bit of shade, but the sun seems to be in sort of like a bit of different position, and it doesn't seem to cast any shade this year. I don't know what it is. I just don't seem to be getting no shade in the pond. So I've got a couple of sort of like triangular sails, but it's just trying to work out how I can put them up. Like I said, they can come off of the porch, off of the summer house. That's not a problem, but then it means I'm going to have to put a post in the ground over sort of like conservatory side. So not 100% sure about that, and obviously talking Mrs. KWPR into it, it's yeah, that's another matter. But anyway, but you know, they don't seem ill or agitated. They're not flashing or sulking or anything like that. So that's what's making me think possibly it may be leaning to sunburn. But then I checked the water coming out of my dechlorinators, and I had the slightest tinge of pink, which means obviously a little bit of chlorine getting through. So again, that could be a reason for it. So new filters are on their way. Normally hold some in stock, but I've just not been organised this year. You know, I've just not really been with it. I'm trying to get on top of it. So new filters, trickling's turned off for now, and obviously rain forecast this week anyway. So you know, as much as I don't want to, don't want the rainwater to top up the pond, I've got a stable KH, so I hold the pH quite well. I've just changed the slide in me meter in me Senai, so I can keep an eye on things there. I'll go on the computer in a minute. I'm just going to do some water readings, pH level and everything like that, and then obviously go into the computer and change all the parameters on the computer to match what I've got out of my test kits. Shouldn't have to do that. It should be a lot more accurate. You know, honest to God opinion of it, you know, people who've been following me for all these weeks I've had it, yeah, if you don't mind the hassle of going through it and checking your readings against the Senai readings when you put a new slide in, and just weekly, just when you're doing your checks, just making sure that they're matching up, it is a good early warning system when you're away. Like I said, you get texts and emails whenever something goes out of the set parameters that you put in it. But accuracy wise, I do think they could be a lot better. I just think the technology just isn't quite there yet on the ponds. A lot of the marine guys and stuff like that, you know, they don't seem to have too much of a problem. Whether it's just sort of like in a pond situation, in the pond environment, that it doesn't sort of seem to cope quite so well, I suppose, is to be seen, or perhaps it's just me and I'm having bad luck. But when you go onto the forum, the Senai forum, you do see a lot of pond owners having the same problems. So, you know, like I say, that's that. But this video will be going out a little bit later this coming weekend, obviously, because you've got the footy on. So England have gone through to the quarterfinals. So I think that match is on Saturday. So when the videos are normally released, everybody's going to be watching the football. So I won't be doing that. I'll be releasing it probably Sunday night. And next week's video will probably, because I've got the grandchildren, my son and my daughter-in-law coming down on the Sunday, so we've got football the Saturday, grandkids coming down on the Sunday. Not sure what I'm going to knock together, but I will be putting a video out. I have got one sort of in pre-production, talking about biofilms and filter maturation and what you look for, what you're hoping to achieve. So I'll probably get that fully finished and put that out next week. But that's about it for this week. Not a great deal going, well, there's been a lot going on, but not a great deal to film. Be looking to do a few pond visits soon myself as well as having VIP visitors. And I've got a couple of dealer visits lined up, plus also got the Adam Byer, Andrew Daly growing show coming up. So I'll be getting as much footage from that as I can. Me and virtually every other person who'll be attending today. But it should be a good day. Andy's getting on with his build. So hopefully that should all be completed by the time the growing show's on. So anyway, look after yourselves. Let's pray for a bit of better weather. It's not exactly been brilliant. It's not summer, and I'm on holiday soon. So yeah, I want a bit of sun for my holiday, so I can get on and do bits and pieces. Saving for the drum, although I've got a car service, MOT, grandkids coming down to stay with us for a week, so they'll be wanting to go to places like Monkey World, Sea Life Centre, and yeah, sort of like getting on for nearly 100 quid a pop to get all of us in. It's going to take a bit of a while to do, but anyway, look after yourselves, everybody. Stay safe, and remember, it's not a hobby, it's a lifestyle, and that's the truth. Take care. See you soon. Bye.